Artur Beterbiev, who is taking on Bivol. What's Bivol's name?
Dmitry.
Dmitry Bivol. In Beterbiev Bivol 2. Of course, in the first of those light heavyweight title bouts, you had Beterbiev come through as the winner in maybe a controversial decision where some people like Shakur Stevenson had Bivol winning that matchup. But now that we are getting the second fight between Bivol and Beterbiev, do you see it going the same way, or do you see a different result in favor of Dmitry Bivol?
I've heard it said. I think it's more. I think in combat sports that if ever there's a rematch between a young, okay, but the Bivol is a bit old, but Bivol is not a spring chicken himself. But whenever there's a rematch between an old buck and a new younger guy, usually the younger guy wins the rematch. I don't know what the metrics of that are.
And that is why Floyd Money Mayweather was like, after Canelo, deuces, not trying to do this again. And he'll always have that on his record that he beat Canelo.
Yep.
Canelo didn't beat him, but we'll never know if they had another go what that would have looked like.
And so with that in mind, I think this obviously maybe may lean towards Bivol because I had Bivol winning the first one. But the thing is, though, Artur Beterbiev looked so strong, so durable that you think to yourself, what more could Bivol have done on that night, and what more can he bring in the rematch? You know, so it's still like even standing for me, Jay, in terms of I don't know who to pick because Beterbiev's got the power, Bivol's got the boxing acumen and the technique, but they're both elite fighters. So in terms of what I like to see, especially because Bivol is so hard to hit, he's so strong. I want to see him fall at some point. That's the thing, right? You scale the mountain high enough, well, you'll have haters. I want to see him fall. And so I picked Bivol to win this one, but it's still evenly poised.
Yeah, Chuck, I think we go the same way we did with Canelo and Triple G in those fights. That the feeling was Triple G won the first fight. But when they did fight subsequently, Canelo was the superior fighter. And that is that the other old adage in boxing that the boxer, if he gets another look or continuous looks at the puncher, he will then come out on top eventually. Also because you've now experienced the power. You know you know it, you've tasted it yourself, and you know you can live with it because they went the distance, right? And with then that tactical noose on Bivol's side, the ring general that he is, I imagine that he comes out on top in this one. So I think the experience of being in the ring with Beterbiev and having felt his power and knowing that you can withstand it, also being able to come up with a game plan, which in the first fight, as I'm saying, there's an argument that you won the fight. So you were that close. And if you then get a chance to look at the tape along with your trainers and what you have been able to do, what you've been able to put on tape for the rest of the world to see in terms of your prowess as a technician, you go into that fight and you are fairly confident that you'll be able to solve the puzzle that up to this point has yet to be solved. But as well, in that first fight, that's the first time that Beterbiev had gone the distance, right? Yep. So if then there is a man to finally put him on the canvas or put an L next to his name, you imagine it's going to be this guy, one of the all-time greats, both of them, for that matter. It's an exciting fight that is shaping up before us, but I do think that the technician in this one will come out on top.
Look, Beterbiev also said that he can perform better, and he's going to look to shout out his lights. So we'll see what that one brings. Obviously, as you said, both guys are looking to do better and tweak a bit of their game plan and see how much better they can perform in the rematch. But I picked Bivol, but I know it's going to be a hard job to get Beterbiev away.